So let's give the AI. Oh well. Continue moving these guys south. Yeah, I think. Again, I want them on the railways. We're just moving them to be able to. Okay, you've attacked. We'll leave you up there because you attacked last time and that may have been hopeful. Okay, well. Okay. British forces smashed the Ottomans at Megiddo. Uh-oh, we've got mud and rain and whatnot. What I'm saying is that not all ideologies are created. Oh, yeah, no, I agree. Some are worse and more dangerous because what they need to perpetuate themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. I will agree with that. I'm just talking more the motivation for both the, you know, whether it's the person on the street or the guy carrying the rifle and the bayonet, or the motivation for the society or political or whatever leaders to support a particular cause. Are often something other than economics. Oh, they're pounding that Austrian unit. We still want to take that city to get more supplies flowing down towards our Paris advance. So those guys aren't dug in. They're going to be really bad, and especially if they can attack effectively, they may just kill that unit. That wasn't the best move I made. Okay. Hit them, their damage. Fall back, dudes, fall back. The Portuguese attack. And get beat. Uh-oh. We may lose these guys. And we did. Damn. After those Austrians that they pounded very hard, which retreated back. Good. Good for you. And they moved some guys into the trap. Yes, we lost a division. Okay, yeah, we know all 4 of those axes are occupied. I got some horses up there, and we have replacements for something, for some units lost. Okay. No, I don't think we need to right now put someone in there. Let's continue our sort of push towards Paris. Just now that we have that artillery there. Okay, now down here. We need to make sure these guys are entrenched. They're just a detachment, but I think they'll hold. Unlike here, which they could attack from multiple places, you only attack from here. So I think they'll hold. And what responsibility and the reflections on the consequences of acts seem solid concepts to me. Yeah, it does seem. And so, you know, now of course the Allies winning in and of itself doesn't cause Hitler, shall we say, doesn't cause that. It's, shall we say, the peace terms that are set up by the Allies are a major factor in that as well. Okay, how many rounds? Just, oh, we got 7 rounds there. Okay, these guys are a bit beat up, but I think, okay, we're gonna, you know, the idea that if you had left the Kaiser in charge in Germany, not insisted upon getting rid of Otto in, or the Habsburgs in Austria, that could have made a massive difference. Yes, thanks for the follow. We do appreciate that. Okay, so we want to push hard on him with some artillery. Okay, that is good. Now here, okay. Now, he has 4 action points, so yes, he can come up and entrench. And we want to look in that direction. Very good. He still has his action points, so he's going to come up and entrench. There we go. As Marshal Pétain predicted. Okay, I didn't know that he predicted. I know he was railing about the dangers of Germany in like 1938 and whatnot, 37, 38. But I didn't know that he predicted exactly what you're referring to there. But okay, I believe a few macro level big changes and therefore conflicts are bound to happen, and we'll have similar results. There are, though, individuals that might accelerate and ignite and slow down the process that would happen always. Napoleon, Hitler, Augustus, Alexander, to name a few. Oh, personalities drive things, most assuredly. I will wholeheartedly, like, because that's sort of my point, is that personalities are a major factor in things. Oh, there we go. Let's swap you out. And let's swap you out and entrench you. And so I'm not suggesting a Second World War wouldn't have happened. I'm more suggesting that had Germany won, political and social stability would have stayed around longer. But maybe the Russian Revolution, because of just the way Russia was going to happen anyways, and maybe World War I just accelerated it. Because you could have a revolution and have it fail and have reforms. But, you know, so I don't think communism is inevitable. I'm actually going to move you back to here and move you up to here. I want to try to have him supplied well enough to fully reinforce him. If any of these guys more reinforceable. Okay, get you up to there. I just see all the misery. Because I see a difference in the way Germany behaves during its invasion of Russia. And I'm not saying it was all kind, gentle, and good and perfect, not suggesting that at all, but I do see a difference between the way they behaved during World War I versus how they behaved during World War II. So the nature of the regime, even if you're going to have a massive war, you know, between whatever is the Russian government and whatever the German government might be, and that might, of course, cause terrible calamity in and of itself. You know, starvation because of breakdown in the, you know, transportation system for food. You know, just even if there is food somewhere available, might not be able to get to people, and people starve without, shall we say, having particular policies that may encourage that. It was actually Marshal Foch, okay, said that the Treaty of Versailles, oh, okay, yes, I remember now that, thank you, Borgantic, yes, now that you're saying that, I do remember that. But you reminding me, definitely. Yeah, no, it's the Treaty of Versailles, and it's not just, shall we say, the political boundaries or whatever that is in my opinion, the primary cause of things falling apart. Is a lot of the problem. Let's see, I think we're going to move you around this way. We're going to move you up to here. See, almost no one in the Weimar government really bought into the political structure. The right, the left, you know, the traditional right, you know, those that are, you know, monarchists or whatever you want to call them for the lack of a better term. I don't know if that's the best term for them. But, you know, sort of the traditional right doesn't like the government. We'll call them the radical right, though they are National Socialists, so there are reasons to call them the left. But they were radical revolutionaries. You know, the National Socialists didn't like the Weimar government. The socialists, the communists didn't like the Weimar government. Nobody's really liking the Weimar government. So that is a problem. So if you have a system that is, you know, can be, you know, something like a constitution, doesn't need to be a monarch, but if you have a system that the great majority of the people, including the political leaders, buy into, well then, yeah, you can have, you limit things like Hitler from being able to upend everything. You sow the wind, you reap the whirlwind. Yes, Bomber Harris. Most assuredly. Okay, that looks like he is doomed, so let's take him out. Well, one more barrage on it, just to weaken him up some more. Okay, there. That way he is fresh. He can move in and entrench. And we want to do 3 sides. I never know of a good reason not to entrench for 3 sides. There may be one, but I don't know of it. I guess maybe if the enemy's occupying your trenches, that would be a reason. Okay, now that we got that, what we want to do is we want to take out there. So, let's that and then move that. That way we can still max reinforce him and move. Oh, we can't move the artillery up to there. Damn! So I want to use the artillery on there. They were the ones I think pounded. No, these are the ones that were pounded super hard. Okay, well, before we forget about it, let's swap them out. Entrench them. And these guys can be reinforced at least somewhat. Okay, 1920 Germany is the boiling point of radicalism for various reasons. Yes, they were, but right, left, because because the society's collapsing. I mean, that even he even hijacked the initial pack of beer addicts from their first party leader. Right? Yes, I know what you're meaning. Silly regimes like socialism and Nazism can only grow in a rotten, broken society, and their key drivers are rage, hatred. Yes, absolutely, inevitably, even with the context of war, it is inherently violent. They behave worse. Yes, absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I'm just trying to, because, obviously for various reasons, shall we say, patriotically, I'm in favor of the Entente, being an American and all, a little bit of an Anglophile. So, there's reasons I like the Entente. And sort of want to see them win. But I've recently been thinking maybe because of the unforeseen consequences. I do think they are unforeseen for most, because, yes, well, like you're saying, Foch did see the consequences of how they ended the war. Okay, he's entrenched, so yeah, we can maybe destroy this cavalry division here. But winning the war doesn't mean you have to have the Treaty of Versailles, and of course doesn't mean you have to have somebody as bad as Wilson pushing things like he was. What's the learning curve on this game comparable to things like Hearts of Iron? More or less. Less, as Van Bishop says. Hello, Tattertote 18, how you doing today? I am also a big player of Hearts of Iron 3 and 4, but I also love this game as well. So yeah, this is less. This is good. Now this is World War One. They do have World War II versions of Strategic Command. I think the mechanics work best for World War One compared to World War II, but that's just my take on it. Okay. Let's move you forward, but the only reason I'm moving you into the trap is that we're going to entrench. We're going to move up the artillery here. Okay, supply. Let's move you all the way to there and entrench. Just in case somebody does sort of decide to attack. Trying to make the AI a bit nervous. Okay, now they either, I think, strategically redeploy these guys right into this, which of course is a mess for them. We want to take out the fresh American doughboys because they're the ones with higher morale than the French. Fortunately, we may not be able to shatter them. Damn, okay, well. Yeah, so are these guys entrenched? Yeah. I think only one side though. Okay. Well, let's swap these out. Max out the sides, turn them south. There we go. And these guys now will max out up here and entrenched. Yeah. Let's see. I'm worried about them flanking around there. We're going to entrench. These guys are going to fall back to here. Side note, France just announced a 30-day countrywide lockdown. Uh-oh. Well, I know there was already some riots, if that's about lockdown. about what you want about that's what if you that's what you want to call them, demonstrations, riots, whatever, over the lockdown. So people aren't happy. Not that they should be happy, but people aren't happy. Lockdown? Yeah, there's a lot of people that want to lock down. I'm not going to say that there isn't there isn't reasons that they should want to. There are. Okay, let's see. I want to get this artillery up here where we can do something with it. Well, we were moving it this way. Oh, that's right, we can't. Let's get you down here at least, and we'll get you a little closer. We want to bombard there. That's the goal. Get that railway. This goes to the end of the year, so we still have plenty of time to push to Paris before the end of the year. So I'm really looking to push up in here as much as practical. And then once I take this, now I don't think in this game they can do in this scenario they can do naval invasions. At least I hope not. That could be devastating if they did. Wow, I hadn't even thought of that. When we start, of course, we're occupying up in Ostend. Newport is still held by the Belgians. So wow, I didn't think about that. I don't know the right answer to do with lockdowns, no lockdowns. I mean, I know what I think you should do, but I don't know what the right answer is to do it. Now, me, the historian, may be able to tell you 20 years from now, looking back at it, what was the best answer to do, but I can't tell you now. Okay, I think we're ready to give them their turn here. Let's just zoom out a little bit. So again, here's Verdun, Newport up here, the last of the Belgian territory we've taken, pushed all the way down into here. I don't feel a strong reason to push hard here. I want to take out this, of course, but it's Paris that I'm sort of pushing towards. Zoom in a little bit more. Especially on this sort of every 2 days a turn divisional scale of game, I would not allow units to get more than half strength, or make half their total strength, which basically would be five factors reinforced in any one turn. I would limit that. Because I know it isn't necessarily truly taking it from, say, 2 factors to 10 factors of troops replacement. It's sort of a morale and equipment replacement and supply, resupply, and other kinds of elements. It isn't taking a 20% strength unit and immediately in 2 days putting it to a 100% strength unit, but it still seems to be overly much and overly fast. Okay, they think they can hit me with the most units here and take him out, I guess. Because he's so much weaker. But we're having something of development here. If I can push into here now, this artillery is going to be strong enough to start creating a massive pocket here by cutting the railways. Whether I'm going to afford it enough troops or not, I'm not sure. So I could shift a bunch of these guys down via the railway. That would probably be a smart thing to do. But pushing here is also not a bad thing to do either. Now, unknown, not that you want to incriminate yourself, but by your last statement, do you want to specify maybe what parts of Europe are uncivilized? Yeah, that's where I was thinking they may do that. We may be in a little bit of a trouble there. They can hold out, we'll be okay. Looks like they will. Oh. What are they thinking of? Moving so deep into there. I know you just hit my command structure, but still. And you shattered. Okay. So now we're going to have to see about shifting some forces to deal with that. Also pushing up there. Okay. Yeah, that isn't nice. And they're bringing in even more troops for me to kill. Because of course it would have been so much better for them to move all of those British troops out of the Calais pocket and dump them down into Europe or down into France, I should say, to stabilize the lines there a lot more. Okay, yes, we lost a division and we can deploy 2 more. Okay, well, one of the divisions we're going to deploy out over here too. And here, we're going to deploy the other one over here. And an Austro-Hungarian division can come in. Since our command structure is up here, let's keep that there.